Hi everybody, it's Cathryn. Happy Friday. Today for me it's Tuesday because I do all of my videos the first 2 days of the week if I can. So please subscribe and hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. And if you would like to join my Facebook team, there's a link below. My blog is linked below and my shop is linked below. All right, all that info is below. And I have a Facebook group that's also down there. All right, so today I made kind of a faux window box. I saw this paper in I think I was in the Scrapbook Expo, and tomorrow my paper comes from Stampin' Up! Finally, but I just had to use this. And it's a little bit cut out. I don't know if you can see. There's like a ledge here. I just love it. The box measures 4 1/4 by 3 by 1. And inside, opens on this side, I have a bunch. I have the Sour Cherry Trick or Treat Tic Tacs, which has the little cat on it. Some cat bubbles. These I got from Target. And some Swedish fish. Alright, so of course I'm using the Potions and Spells bundle along with the Deckled Rectangle dies. And some paper from my stash until my stuff gets here. Alright, this is my host code. Please put that in for any purchases under $150, not including your shipping and tax. Alright, so what we need for this project is a piece of gorgeous Grape that is 8 1/2 by 7. From the Potions and Spells dies, I cut the broom, the stick out of basic black, and the head of the broom out of crushed curry. Now, we need 2 pieces of pattern paper or your DSP that are 4 by 2 3/4. And one of them I cut the window out of. Where did I put that? With this die from the Deckled Rectangles. It's the 3rd largest one. And I just kind of eyeballed it to the middle. So you need 2 pieces of that, one with the window cut out. We need 1 piece of what you want on the inside. That is 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. 2 pieces that are 4 by 3/4, and 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. All right, let me get my Simply Scored. And we need some basic white for stamping too. All right, we're going to start on the 8 1/2 inch side. Okay, and you're going to score at 1/2, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, and 7 1/2. Turn it to the 7 inch side and score at 1, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. All right, now I'm just going to fold and burnish my score lines. All right, so how I have this is there's a 1 inch strip on the bottom, 1/2 over here, and 3/4 at the top. And this is what we're going to be doing. All right, so we'll start over here. Go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut it to the first score line, then wedge both sides of the square. Go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge both sides of that square. All right, now we're going to turn it around so that your 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. Go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the rectangle and wedge the square. Okay, go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the second score line. Take off the rectangle and wedge the square. Okay, now we're going to take these 4 pieces off, and I take that score line with it to make it nice and neat. And then just wedge up onto the side of that 1/2-inch rectangle. And the last thing we're going to do is round the top of the flap. All right, and that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done. All right, now put some tear and tape next to the score line on your 1/2-inch rectangle. Take the backing off. And I'm going to flip it over and fold the sides to meet. Okay, this is your back, so put your back flap first. Okay, now we need, let's do this first. Okay, so you need the piece that you cut the rectangle out of, and this rectangle is about 3 1/8 by 1 3/4. All right, and we're going to flip that over. Now you could put another layer of cardstock under this if you want to make it a little bit strong, but I'm going to put a whole bunch of dimensionals. All right, and then I'm going to place it right gently right over this piece so that nothing, the edge of this piece does not show through. And don't press too hard because some of your dimensionals are going to be sticking out. All right. Yep, now make sure your box is right. And I'm just going to put glue all over this smaller piece. And the dimensionals will get the rest. Just put that right on top of the front of your box. And the dimensionals will keep the rest down. Okay, and then this piece is for the back. Long sides and short sides. Now let's glue our broomstick to the bottom. It's going to be about 1/8 of an inch below the window opening. And then I'm going to put a dimensional, I guess I'll use that, at the top of the broom, and just put a little glue right here and attach that. Now we only want it sticking off a little bit, so just kind of measure it when you put it down. All right, now let's do some stamping. So all we're doing is the black cat. And I'm going to cut this with the die. All right, so I'm only using 3 markers. I'm using dark smoky slate, dark granny apple green, and dark flirty flamingo. With the flirty flamingo, I'm just going to do his nose. I guess I'll do 2 cheeks on him. I don't know if I like that, but it's on there now. Okay, and with dark granny apple green, I'm going to do the sides of his eyes. Okay, and then I'm going to do the rest of the cat with dark smoky slate. Then we're going to get some more dimensionals. And I'm going to put a dimensional on his head and right here on the top of his legs. And then I'm going to add some glue to the top of his tail and his feet. And then I'm going to have him so that his feet just touch the broom. And then the dimensionals will hold him up in this window space here. Okay, then I'm going to get some iridescent striped ribbon and make a small bow. I'm going to attach it with a glue dot and some liquid glue. And we're going to place it right here up in this area right here where the top of that window is. Alright, and for the final touch, I'm going to use some of my green gems. And I think I'm going to change it up. I'm going to put a large one up here, a medium one right there, and a small one right down there. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, my email's below, along with all the rest of the links and stuff I told you about in the beginning. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and have a great weekend. Bye.